Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Grand Seiko SBGW253, the limited edition of 1960 in tribute to Grand Seiko's first ever watch from the year 1960. You can see and you can purchase this ultra-thin manual wind dress watch on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Grand Seiko. Now on my wrist you can see that this Baselworld 2017 novelty is a handsome combination of vintage lines, contemporary fit and finish. 38mm across the round of the case, that's not inclusive of the crown. The watch is only 11.5mm thick, but you can just see how much of that is the double curved sapphire that creates a romantic, almost plexiglass-like distortion off axis. It's designed to evoke the aesthetic of the original watch without the vulnerabilities of a plexiglass or thermoplastic crystal. Now in terms of lug to lug, it's quite compact. 45.7mm from extremity to extremity means it wears well on a smaller wrist, and I could say that with confidence a wrist of 13.5 centimeters in circumference is probably the lower limit for wearing this watch with security and proportion. It wears well on a smaller wrist. Now the watch is nicely made, everything beautifully polished, optically free of distortion. It's surprisingly subtle. You can see there's a little bit of a bevel to the edge of the bezel. There's a generous step between the bezel and the box section of the sapphire. You also note a strong character line horizontally along the case that unifies the lugs to the case center. This is the junction of the bezel and the mid case. And you also note there's a little bit of a bevel down the edge of the otherwise straight-cut, traditionally styled lugs. Now the strap is a thin, unbolstered, folded and bonded and thus unstitched black rectangular scale alligator leather with a Grand Seiko traditional branded pin buckle. Easy to adjust, historically accurate, calfskin on the bottom, wonderfully supple. You'll also note the Grand Seiko coat of arms on the back. This is an 18-karat yellow gold. You'll also note all of high polish. The case back bears the series numbering for this watch, as well as the notation 3 bar or 30 meters water resistance. This one is splash and perhaps occasions when you may be caught out in the rain, but this is not one to take swimming. Now you can see the watch is beautifully rendered. The dial is simple, white with applied, polished and faceted indices with a printed minutes and seconds track. Inboard you can see the gorgeous faceted hands. They're satin finished on their tops and polished on their beveled edges. You can see how gorgeous and yet also practical this treatment is, as it makes for a supreme contrast even though we have a polished metal on a light background. For the sake of contrast too, we have a lancet style seconds hand, heat blued, not chemically blued, as well as the note Diashock 24 jewels, a little bit of a vintage tribute. Now of course the watch does feature a modern Grand Seiko caliber, and underneath the new Grand Seiko signed dial, you'll note there is no sole Seiko signature on this. This is an innovation for 2017. But beneath that dial sits the Grand Seiko caliber 9S64, 24 jewels as the dial reads. It operates at 4 Hz or 28,800 variations per hour. You'll also note that I pulled the crown out, it stopped the seconds hand. It has hacking seconds. It has a superior power reserve of 72 hours when fully wound. Watchmaker built, watchmaker adjusted. It's also rated to an accuracy of -3 + 5 seconds per day. Outstanding, beautifully made, and quite slim. It allows the watch to retain its traditional low profile on the wrist. You can see this handsome Grand Seiko SBGW253 in stainless steel. A special 1960 piece tribute to the very first Grand Seiko, and buy it on our website.